And we're not talking about Tom Brady. We're not talking about Aaron Rodgers. Hell, we're not even talking about Patrick Mahomes. We are talking Mr. Mike White, Mr. Should have been number 1 overall pick himself. I was in a interesting conversation today, and this conversation was that Zach Wilson should be cut by the New York Jets in order for Mike White to progress in the Jets system. Basically saying Mike White is better than Zach Wilson. On hindsight, what is your first thought on that? Hell no. Hell no, Zach Wilson is better than Mike White. Hands down. You cannot throw Zach Wilson under the bus, yada, 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 right? But then I went back and I had some times on my hands this afternoon. I sat back and I gathered my thoughts, and I'm like, damn, is Mike White really better than Zach Wilson? That can't be true. That can't be true, right? No. Well, guess what, guys? I went back and I watched 3 games of Zach Wilson. Granted, they were week 1, week 2, week 3. He did not do well those games at all. And the game seemed to be moving too fast for him per se. He was making bad reads. He had happy feet. He just wasn't grasping the NFL game per se, right? Now, when I watched Mike White, I only watched 2 games of his. I watched his 400-yard game and then the 4 or 5 interception game as well. Those are the two games that I think those are the only 2 games that he played, if I'm not mistaken. Game 1, he looked great. Very, very confident out there, walking up with your chest out, excited to play. The team was rallying around him. Yada, yada, rah, 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 right. This is my team. I'm leading you guys to the promised land. And they played great. They played absolutely great. And then second game come along. Yes, he had those 4 interceptions, but he still had his chest up. He still had confidence in himself. He had that Gardner Minshew swagger. Gardner Minshew's a piece of crap. Worst quarterback in the NFL. Don't get that twisted. But he has that swagger about him. He has that, what the kids call it, the aura around him, right? He had that aura like, you know what? I'm cool. I'm cool as the other side of the pillow, as my man Stuart Scott used to say way back in the day, right? But he had a little bit of happy feet. Was it because he was getting popped in the mouth quite often? Maybe. Was it the fact that they had film on him and they knew how to exploit his weaknesses? Maybe. Or was it the fact that they just played the Patriots? I mean, what's it, the Patriots? I can't even remember who they played off the top of my head. No, it was the Buffalo Bills, right? The Buffalo Bills. So then I come to the conclusion, is Zach Wilson worse or better than Mike White, or is Mike White better than Zach Wilson? And the answer to that question, guys, is looking beyond the tape, looking between the lines, looking between plays, right? Looking from the whistle to whistle, not between whistles, but from whistle to whistle. How did the team react around Mike White? They seemed to have more faith in Mike White. They were helping him up. They were coming to his aid. They were patting him on his back. They weren't doing that for Zach. Now, could it be because Zach has that swagger, that aura, and he hasn't earned anything in the NFL? He was a week 1 rookie starter, and he's like, I'm the man. This is my team. I'm leading you guys to the promised land. Like who the hell are you? You sucked during preseason, and you suck now. Could very well be true. But my consensus after watching those games is that Mike White is better than Zach Wilson. I think Mike White has a higher ceiling and a higher floor than Zach Wilson. What does that mean? I think with Mike White, you are going to get this steady level of play. Will he wow you? 1 or 2 games Fitzpatrick-ish, right? But his bad games are not going to be as bad as Zach Wilson's games are. I feel like even dating back to college, I did watch a couple college highlights as well. Granted, during the highlights, it's the best of the best plays like out there. But it also seemed like When Zach Wilson is up, he is up. But when he is down, he is down. There is no steady mediocre point. Mike White is a more steady mediocre point. And I think longevity, he would have a better career than Zach Wilson on the New York Jets. So in a roundabout way, Mike White is better than Zach Wilson.